Vacant at Grandma's house. It was a warm Saturday afternoon when 5 cousins Lila, Max, Zoe, Eli, and Noah piled out of the minivan and ran up the porch steps to Grandma Rose's house. The screen door squeaked as they pushed it open, the smell of homemade rolls and roast chicken drifting through the house like a warm hug. "Grandma!" they all shouted, dropping their bags and racing into her arms. "Oh, my stars!" Grandma Rose laughed, wrapping them all in a big group hug. "You've grown another inch since last time." The kitchen was already buzzing with the sound of pots clanging and something bubbling on the stove. While their parents chatted in the living room, the kids couldn't wait to run outside. "Can we go play in the backyard?" Zoe asked. "Of course," Grandma said, pointing to the screen door. "Just don't pick the tomatoes off the vine unless you're going to eat them." The backyard was a magical place wide and green, with a wooden swing hanging from the old oak tree and a rickety playhouse in the corner that Grandpa had built years ago. Max and Eli ran to the tree, swinging so high their feet touched the sky. Lila and Zoe played tag around the garden beds, while Noah tried to catch a butterfly with an empty mason jar. They made up games and chased each other through patches of clover, laughing until their cheeks were pink. By the time Grandma called them in for dinner, their clothes were grass-stained and their hair was full of leaves, but they didn't mind one bit. Dinner was loud and full of stories. The cousins passed bowls of mashed potatoes and giggled every time someone dropped a roll. Grandma told them how their parents used to fight over the last piece of pie, and their parents rolled their eyes, but smiled anyway. After dinner, when the table was cleared and the sun began to set, Grandma brought out something special. "I thought you all might like to see this," she said, holding up a big, dusty photo album. They all gathered around on the living room rug as Grandma opened the book. Inside were pictures of their parents when they were little playing dress-up, holding birthday cakes, splashing in the same backyard where the cousins had just played. "Is that Uncle Jason in a tutu?" Max gasped, pointing. "And look at Mom's giant glasses," Lila laughed. They flipped through pages of holidays, camping trips, school plays, and messy birthday cakes. The kids couldn't believe how silly their parents looked and how much fun they seemed to have. "This was the day your mom broke her arm climbing the fence," Grandma said, tapping a picture of a girl in a cast smiling wide. "And this," she turned the page, "was your dad's first time catching a frog. He screamed louder than anyone." The cousins laughed until their sides hurt, snuggled together on the floor with their heads leaning on each other. As the night grew darker, Grandma closed the album and smiled. "You know," she said softly, "you're making memories too, just like they did." The cousins nodded, already dreaming of the day they'd show their own children pictures of today. And as Grandma tucked the album back onto the shelf, the house filled with the quiet sounds of bedtime stories, sleepy yawns, and one last whispered giggle. It was a perfect weekend at Grandma's house, full of love, laughter, and stories they would never forget.